So I wanted to tape a video today about an actual funny story that happened to me yesterday and the week before that I've been meaning to tell. And I also realized my story yesterday, 98% of you have never seen me ugly cry, so got a lot of responses to that. Sorry, didn't mean to horrify you guys. I was just hitting a breaking point. But I do want to share a comedic side of when you go through bullshit with your family and traumatic events. So last week I'm in the hospital when my brother was in more critical condition in the ICU, and I'm in there and two nurses come in to physically lift him up on both sides of a towel and move him up in his bed because he's aspirating, he can't breathe, there's fluid coming out of everywhere, in everywhere, whatever, it's a mess. So they go to do so, and I'm kind of standing there talking to him, and no one ever thinks to tell me that his entire gown is going to flip over because it's such an awkward process. And so all of a sudden I got a full frontal of my brother, and that's something I haven't seen since he was 3 or 5, or 3 or 5, and I was horrified, and I thought at the time that was traumatizing enough, and then I have PTSD. Then yesterday, I'm in my own visit, the one before the breakdown, and I'm sitting in there and I'm talking to him, and the nurses, he's buzzed the nurses a bunch of times and they're unresponsive, which I had a little talking to about, what the fuck's the buzzer for if you're not going to come in here? I'm not calling you to chit chat. Anyway, so David's there, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, I gotta piss. And I'm like, oh, okay, so what's protocol? Your catheter? Or he's like, no, the catheter's out right now. So I'm like, okay, so what do we do? What do we do here? I've seen a bucket, not a bucket before, but it looks like a little pitcher that he gets himself in and whatever. So I'm looking around, I don't see it, and he's like, it's in the bathroom probably. So I'm like, okay. So I run in the bathroom, get the pitcher, and bring it out, and then I realize, oh, I'm involved now. I'm in it. I'm gonna be involved in this process. And so with no warning, he whips down with his good hand his shorts and this mesh plastic diaper thing he's wearing, and literally, again, there's his penis and a lot of potential need to manscape. And he says, I said, what needs to be done? And I'm frantic, and he's like, you need to jam the container down into my shorts far enough, and then you need to put me in it and then hold me in it. And I'm like, your penis. I need to jam your penis into a pitcher, and then I need to hold your penis in. And then all of a sudden he pees a tiny bit, which makes me really frantic. So I'm jamming the thing in, and he's like, whoa, Jesus, slow. Can you push it down slow? Not that I don't even think he can feel his penis, but whatever. I'm causing a commotion, and so I push it down, and then sure enough, I'm like, so next step, and he's like, put my penis in it. And I was like, I think he said, put my fucking dick in it. But anyway, and so, like the good sister I am, I grabbed a hold of his penis, and I put it in, and then I held it in and pulled it a little bit, so that it would stay in, because the picture's really awkward. And then he peed for a while, so I was touching his penis for a little bit, and then he was done, and he's like, be careful not to get piss all over me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Listen, I work for the military. Fighting terror and fucking bossing people around is my skill set. I'm not a fucking MD. I'm not a fucking nurse. I don't know what I'm doing. And then, I have to give him, a little shake on the way out to make sure that the pee doesn't get on him. Long story short, I bring the pee in and I dump it out, and I come back and make sure he's all set. And then I washed my hands in the next 12 hours 72 times, and I almost bleached myself. Not because my brother's dirty. It's just the thought that I touched my brother's penis. And I for sure know that part of me, my brain, now has PTSD for different reasons than it has in the past. And I am traumatized for so many reasons over this. And so I'm going there in an hour, and I don't know what to expect because I could be involved with penises again. I could witness anything. I'm on call. Like, when you're there, nurse doesn't come, you're just in it to win it. And I have to say, like, I feel like maybe when he recovers, maybe there's a chance he might buy me a trophy, because my sister, who's an MD, has literally not put his penis in a container, and I feel like I deserve something. So just wanted to let you know that is today's story. I'm still horrified, clearly, and I'm sure there'll be another one for tonight's update. So there you go.